What's up, everyone? It's Ryan here, and today we're back to another video, and today we're actually going to be doing more Captain Marvel, and this is actually a video I've been wanting to do for a few months now, and this is actually how Nick Fury actually lost his eye in Captain Marvel. Now, it was confirmed that he would be losing his eye like a few months or weeks before Captain Marvel was out, so we all knew that he would lose his eye, but yes, I'm going to be breaking down like what happened in the movie, but yes, spoiler warning for Captain Marvel, but yes, we're actually going to be talking about how Nick Fury actually lost his eye and breaking it down. I hope you enjoy. Again, I do not want you to have any spoilers for Captain Marvel, and if you not hear the message earlier, there will be spoilers for Captain Marvel. So if you have not seen the movie, please click off because there will be spoilers involved. So if you haven't seen it, pause, then click off. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So a few weeks before Captain Marvel would actually be released, a whole bunch of people were actually saying that Nick Fury would actually be losing his eye in this movie, and I've been wanting to do a video talking about like how he lose it, but now that like Captain Marvel is out and I've seen it, I definitely actually want to break down how Nick Fury actually lost his eye, because if you remember in this movie, this is actually a prequel to like most of like the Marvel movies, and you'd actually get to see Nick Fury with two eyes now, so I was really wondering, how did he lose his eye? So right now, I'm actually going to be breaking down how did he actually lose his eye in Captain Marvel. I hope you enjoy, guys. Way before Captain Marvel was like filmed or planned, we actually got a hint of how Nick Fury actually lost his eye from like Captain America the Winter Soldier, when he actually said, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." So roll the clip.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
But in the same movie later, we'd actually get another hint to how he actually lost his eye, when he actually got to see Nick Fury actually lift his eye patch, and you'd actually get to see this brutal scar right down his left eye, and it seems like this was the thing that actually made him lose it, and then a whole bunch of people started speculating that was actually like a traitor to S.H.I.E.L.D. or something that actually made him lose it. But now to actually move on to how this actually happened in Captain Marvel, like how it actually played out of how he actually lost his eye. So in Captain Marvel, we'd actually get to see Nick Fury and Carol Danvers actually exploring the secret S.H.I.E.L.D. base, where they'd actually run across this cat, which isn't a cat, it's actually a Flerken that looks like a cat, and these things are bad news. If they're threatened, they actually like have a whole bunch of octopus tentacles that will like come out and a whole bunch of sharp teeth. Very creepy, and they can actually eat people and stuff with those like octopus like tentacles and like the sharp teeth. They're very creepy, and they can also understand like what humans are saying. They're very smart, and they can actually understand what humans are saying, but they actually run across like a cat. They think it's a cat, and like Nick Fury immediately starts like petting it and stuff, like, "Aren't you the cutest thing?" And he like actually tries to look at it like, "What's your name?" But then like the like cat actually like makes his like puts his paw right on top of Nick Fury's hand so he wouldn't actually see it. So I'm guessing he actually really didn't want Nick Fury to discover that he was a Flerken, but that's actually the first part. Now let's move on to how this Flerken actually comes into play. So later on in the film, we'd actually get to see Maria Rambeau and Nick Fury actually trying to escape the Kree, with the Kree still chasing him, and Goose would actually come right by Nick Fury, and Nick Fury would actually pick him up and say, "I'm trusting that you won't eat me." But then the Flerken actually got too close and actually hit Nick Fury in his left eye, causing like a 3 scratch mark right over his eye. Like there are 3 scratches right over his eye, causing him to lose it. And Nick Fury was actually like, "It's fine, like nothing happened." But then Talos was like, "No, that's no scratch." And that's how Nick Fury actually lost his eye in Captain Marvel. So that is how Nick Fury actually lost his eye in the MCU, because of a Flerken, and I have to say, I was not expecting this, because it feels like Nick Fury should have been a little bit more careful, or been like a more like action-packed scene with like a Skrull, like maybe a Skrull actually took out his eye, probably Talos, or maybe Captain Marvel actually like got mind-controlled by the Kree or Skrulls, and she actually like betrayed her friend and actually made him lose his eye, but then they like became friends again, but it was actually a cat or Flerken known as Goose, and I feel like Nick Fury should have been a little more careful, because he did see like the Flerken earlier actually have all those octopus tentacles actually swallowing the Tesseract and actually eat a whole bunch of Kree soldiers. That's why he's like, "I'm hoping that you don't eat me," or like, "I'm trusting that you won't eat me," because he actually saw that. So I feel like he not like should not have picked him up, or maybe he thought like it was on their side now. I'm not sure, but it seems like he should have been a little more careful with this dangerous Flerken. So that's how Nick Fury actually lost his eye in Captain Marvel, because of a Flurkin. Now you would think like the video is over, like do the ending scene, but no, I'm wondering now, why did Goose actually like make Nick Fury actually lose his eye? Because it seems like he was on the good guys team, so why did he actually take out his eye? So we really have to think about like when all of them were actually escaping like from the Kree. They were all like trying to escape, but then like a whole bunch of Kree soldiers that were actually like disguised as Skrulls actually came up and was like about to arrest them, and Nick Fury was actually about to use Goose to actually use his like power of like octopus tentacles coming out of his mouth and just eat all the Kree soldiers. But really, like Goose just hopped onto the floor and just started walking around. This made like Nick Fury pretty angry. He was like, Goose, pick a side. Like, are you on the good guys or on the bad guys? And then I think this made Goose pretty angry because remember, Flurkins can actually understand what humans are saying. They're really smart, and I'm guessing like the Flurkin known as Goose actually heard this, and he wasn't too happy to actually hear like this nice guy known as Nick Fury is actually yelling at him like really mean. And it seems like Nick Fury might not understand, like he might have probably thought like Goose didn't understand him, but Goose probably did understand him, and he was probably pretty angry with Nick Fury. And like when he actually got close to Nick Fury, he was like, I'm mad at you, I'm gonna hit you. But I'm not sure if he actually meant to take out his eye. But then it seems like throughout like the rest of the movie, like Goose was like, hey, I'm your buddy now again, like we're even, I hit your eye and I accidentally took out your eye and you actually yelled at me, so I think we're even. So yeah, and I like for like yelling at me, so yeah, I say that's even. I think that's just my theory, but if you have any other theories, leave your comments down below. But now it's time to actually move on to like the ending scene, because I think that's all we have to talk about for Nick Fury and how he actually lost his eye in the MCU. But guys, before we end the video, I want to actually ask you a question. Is this actually a good answer to a question about like how Nick Fury actually lost his eye? I do think it's actually a pretty good like answer, because we actually got to see, if you actually look back on like Captain America the Winter Soldier, when he actually raises his eye patch, it does seem like a cat could do that, or a Flurkin, because there's one main mark and then there's two other ones that are hard to see, but you can still see it. So I definitely think it is believable and can still be count as like it's real, like it could be like the thing that actually made him lose his eye. So yes, I do think it connects. I hope you enjoy, like connects, that's what I meant to say. I do think it connects to the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I hope you enjoyed today's video. There'll probably be another Captain Marvel video coming out like maybe tomorrow, the next day, but really soon, because like again, I have really good ideas. This is just one of them. So yes, stay tuned. We're actually going to be talking about like more about the movie in the next one. And until next time guys, you're all awesome. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.